Welcome, everyone, to yet another exciting Offerin Podcast. We're super pumped to be here today and talking about one of the most critical, behaviors of a real estate agent, time management, how it's sucking the life or literally the business out of most agents, and why this industry is so stressful. So today we're joined by Kevin and Ben. Super excited to have you guys here. I wanted to look at some practical ways that agents could walk away with saying like, hey, here's going to make my business better by some of the things, on our conversation today. So time management, having led national sales teams most of my life, seeing, individuals just be productive, other ones be unproductive. But let's start with something that we all know, like the 80-20 principle, right? So you've heard this, like 20% of the people are responsible for 80% of the production. That's actually true in my life. I don't know how many times, like if you look at my day, I'm super productive and I feel I'm really good at getting stuff done. But so many times, like I'm spinning out of control and literally wasting time. And if I look back in the day, it's like, wow, I probably wasted 80% of my day. It was really only productive 20%. So, having to implement some of these tactics, if you will. So a couple of things I'm gonna just share with high level. I don't understand what life is like as a real estate agent. So that's where I'm going to lean on you guys for some stories and practical examples. But just being in the sales world, and also just in business, right? For 25 years, you understand these things like morning routines. For me, I've found times where it's like you have a very dedicated morning routine. The days go better. Other days you don't have that morning routine and you kind of aren't as productive. So thinking about morning routines, blocking our time on our calendars. So who's owning who? Does the calendar own our day, or do we own the calendar? Vice versa with email boxes, right? Do we own our inbox, or does our inbox own and direct us? Prioritizing, we've all heard of different charts that say, the urgent versus important, and looking at our tasks and trying to prioritize those a little bit more effectively. I love this one, getting to a point where it's doing versus reviewing. So think of opportunities where we can delegate, whether it's to an admin or delegate to a software to manage these things for us. So doing versus reviewing. Just approaching the business in general, like the mindset of a real estate agent. Are many of them taking this as a hobby? Because then you're going to get paid as a hobby, right? But if you're looking at it as a business, if you're an agent that really wants to scale their business, what are things they need to do, and look at it as a business, right? Having done triathlons, running events, endurance events most of my life, you look at some of these different training techniques, and I got to share just a quick story. So it's today it's all about Darrin on the podcast. Yeah. So just running a bunch of marathons over my life, and I think it's called the Gallagher method, where he says you run a period of time and then walk. So, you're supposed to either run a mile and then walk 30 seconds, or you run 7 minutes and then walk 30 seconds, and then run 7 and walk 30. So that kind of approach, it's like, it's fine in training. It's kind of hard to get used to. But then I ran my first marathon. It was in Akron, and under this training method. And I would run, and you have so much energy to start the race, right? And then you get to a point where it's like, you run your 7 minutes and your watch is telling you to stop. So then you'd have to stop and walk. And all these people are passing you. All this energy's like adrenaline's pumping and everything because you want to like keep running. And but then you have to walk. And then you'll run 7 minutes and then you walk again. And then you get in this routine. You're like, well, I don't care about other people. I'm just going to focus on my training. And then you start hit towards the end of the race and you have juice in the tank. All right, you hit mile 20, 22, and you're like, hey, I'm feeling good. I'm passing a lot of people. A lot of people are stopping. A lot of people are walking, and you feel great, and you can power through it. So just an interesting, like, long game perspective, day to day. I heard a quote actually this week that consistency over intensity. And for me in particular, I thought that was pretty appropriate. It's like I can get really intense on a day-to-day basis, but if you can consistently string these things together. So, all right, enough about the high level stuff. But anything resonate with you guys? From that intro, anything you want to share?
Go for it.
Yeah.
I think the word that came to mind was sustainability.
Okay.
And what you were describing in the race was sustainable for you to have energy at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Versus, and so I think as a real estate person, you have to ask yourself on a day-to-day basis, is the process, is the way that I'm doing this sustainable for a long period of time?
Yeah.
Like it could be anything. Am I sacrificing my family?
Yeah.
Am I making a bunch of money, but I'm sacrificing my family? Am I making no money?
Mm-hmm.
You're asking yourself this question if you're looking at it like a business.
Yeah.
Is this sustainable? It's like probably like top 3 question I would ask myself in my life in business. And it's okay for it not to be sustainable if you know that it's not sustainable, so that you can make course corrections.
Yeah,
you can do anything for a short period of time, get through it, whatever.
Almost being self-aware, right? In those
Absolutely.
moments.
Yeah. And I think because in a business, it's a team sport.
Yeah.
So once you recognize that you only have been given such amazing things, but you didn't have it all, you start to realize where your unsustainable parts are, and then you can include others in your journey, and that's where you start to get the real horsepower.
Yeah,
but most agents, I would say, are the way it's all set up is they're kind of on an island, and they are, expected to do 10 things well. And the truth is nobody can do 10 things well. And so then people can have they can feel bad about their selves, I would say, instead of just being more self-aware and saying I'm amazing at this and I need help over here, and just build something that makes that happen.
Yes, that's gold. So many agents, almost every one of them, right? Maybe not every one of them, but most agents are 1099 contractors, right?
Yeah.
And so they do feel on that island and don't have that help. That's great to put team around you. Kevin, where do you think agents waste most of their time on a typical day, week?
I think most agents waste their time. Well, let's back up to one thing here.
Yeah.
There's different times of year. Real estate is seasonal. And so it's really important when you talk about time management, you do think about this from a perspective of, okay, is this my busy season right now? We live in Northeast Ohio, summertime, you're super busy. You're working, you are sometimes a slave to your email, you're processing things, you're getting a lot of phone calls. That's very different than, December 18th and you maybe don't have those leads coming in. So there's just a natural seasonality. And that's really important to recognize as a real estate agent, that different seasons mean different styles in your work. I remember when I first got into real estate, super busy, July, August, September, December rolls around and you almost have a depression. You're like, what is happening in the world? We are going to die. Yeah. The mortgage is not getting paid. Yep. The car is getting repoed. That happens in mid-December and January. Yeah. And so
we wrote it down. I think we literally write it down in the calendar, so that when we get to that date, we're like, hey, remember, this happens every year at this time.
Every year you're thinking about it, which is really important then to think about your work in regards to seasonality as a real estate agent. Yeah. Summertime, your work is going to be different. December, January, February in our area, that means long-term building. You're building systems for the time when you're really busy. When you're really busy, you're utilizing those systems. So when we talk about time management for real estate agents, it's a time period of building systems and using systems, which I think one of the most important things for real estate agents, as you've already touched on, is having a great team, which is most real estate agents don't, because it's a 1099 independent contractor on an island world. And then number 2, pairing that with having great systems.
So another thing I would like to add to that is you mentioned the seasonality. So what you do matters, and every minute does count, because right now, are you productive for something that's going to produce results in 90 days? So in December, in January, there's some things you could be setting up in order to have a productive spring, right? So it's not that you're sitting in January thinking, oh man, this is going to be a terrible year. But it's like, no, today starts now for my paycheck in April or May, when those leads start flowing in. So
you reap what you sow. What you put in the ground in January, February, and March in our area, you will take out in July, August.
Mm-hmm. So what's one thing you started doing, or I should say one thing, or stopped doing, that's produced the most freedom in your schedule?
The one thing I've started doing to produce the most
stopped.
freedom or stopped doing?
That gave you back the most time.
Well, stopping working out gave me back a lot of time, but I don't know that helped anybody.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah. The one thing I've started doing is delegating. We've built an awesome team of people around us and an administrative staff. Our staff looks like this. There's me, there's Ben, there's Tina, who handles our administrative work.
Okay.
We have somebody to install the signs, and then we have a buyer's agent. And so we have
Monica.
And Monica, who handles all of our finances.
Okay.
And so we have a really great team of people who's handling everything on a day-to-day basis.
So how many homes are you guys selling? Just you 5?
I think we're looking at, 130 to 150 for this year.
Okay, awesome. Ben, how about you? So what's one thing that you've started doing or stopped doing, give your time back? So delegating from Kevin over here.
Saying no.
Okay. Yeah.
And trying to trust other people in doing things, knowing that they're not going to necessarily do it the way I would want them to exactly, or that it's going to take some time for them to get better at it.
Yeah.
So practically, I want to, I'll do it. I'll do it. And then I regret it.
Yeah.
Because it's not actually what I'm best at, or that I'm taking away from them. I can fall into wanting to make the sale or make the money or whatever instead of actually building the team.
I got 2 stories to share there. A great mentor of mine, years ago, shared delegation thought, similar to your trusting other people, trusting team. He said, as long as you're okay with them handling it 70% as good as you can, then delegate it.
Yeah.
If 70% of that is not good enough, then keep it.
Yeah.
All right. So another story, super successful business owner that I know. I asked him his biggest productivity tip, and he mentioned 2 things very similar to what you said. He said learning to say no, and then also doing the job once. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? He said, well, so many of us approach the job logically, and we also approach the job emotionally. So we're at the end of the day, we're doing double the amount of work. We're actually working emotionally and logically. So this particular guy, stone cold, he pulls out the emotion of his life. Hard to do for a real estate agent because you're very relational people. You want to be with people. You want to connect with people. So that relationship, that emotion is critical. But figuring out how to be productive and think about what you're doing is like, hey, am I being super emotional about this and still have to do this logically or physically? Because then you're almost doing double or triple the amount of work in that case. So that's interesting. So saying no and then delegating. How about systems? So you mentioned systems like streamlining your operations, creating systems. So essentially you could scale, right? I mean, without systems, can you scale?
I don't think so. Yeah, no.
Okay, he's learning to say no, folks.
I think a lot of people. They live in nuance. Well, I handle this situation this way, and then I'm kind of around another person, and I handle it that way, and so they're always changing, kind of I would equate it almost to a greediness, which maybe I'm a little cynical, but it's that's why I love on our real estate side having a flat rate. It's this is the process that we're going through. But hey, I think I could charge a little more for this. I think I could charge a little less for that. Or hey, it's not you can't if you don't have a consistent process that you know how to handle every time. A better example actually would be my apartment buildings.
Yeah.
There's 72 units there. If I say yes to somebody, it's a big deal because now I have to change that my entire staff is going to say yes to this to everyone. The reason why that matters, or no, if I say no to it, then we say no to it. Because if somebody's working with you or for you, they have to have boundaries and guidelines and processes that are consistent so that they know how to make a decision. Because they're not you living in this like owner world of like, you know. So it really matters that you have consistent decision-making that the entire team, you know, lives by.
Yeah. You know, here
or
at
yourself.
Offerin,
Or yourself.
We understand systems, we understand technology and why and how. You know, that's our big approach to the market is that, you know, this system, Offerin, really can help streamline the time management process and really help. You know, the studies show 3 to 5 hours of time is saved from doing the administrative work around every offer. So if you can get 3 to 5 hours back, you're trying to build a business, be a productive agent, and you get 3 to 5 hours back per deal, per offer. Imagine, like, I actually talk about time management from an offer process. So Kevin, how has using Offerin and your brokerage helped you guys be able to scale?
It hasn't helped us. It's actually made it so we can live normal lives.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Dig into that.
Oh my gosh.
What do you mean? Well, so you say it hasn't helped you scale per se.
Not yet.
Okay, but it has given you your lives back. So you're choosing to take that time, if you will, and use it to enjoy life, which is fine, right? That's what you want to do with your time because you're able to still be as productive.
Yeah, here's what happens in a real estate agent's life.
Okay.
They get a text message at 7:22 a.m., and from that moment forward, their day does not stop. Text message, email, phone call, contract, appraiser, home inspector, contractor, another real estate agent, another real estate agent, another phone call with a seller. A buyer wants to see a house now at 4 p.m. It is absolute chaos when you're a real estate agent and you have all of this information coming towards you. And look, you've got to put food on your table. So you need to be attentive to all of these things. And the other thing about real estate agents is you don't know where your next meal is coming from. It could be from that 7:22 a.m. call. It could be from that 3 p.m. call. And so it's really important that you're paying attention to all of that and following up with all of it. And you are just spread so thin. So the thing that Offerin has given us is particularly around the offer process, which is 95% of the experience of a seller. It has given us a concrete system every single time, every single offer, and every single seller goes through the exact same experience when they're interacting with our brand and our company. And so an offer comes in, it goes through the system, it goes to the seller. We have a conversation about it. And the thing about it is we have really great data on this, which I'm sure you're going to share. But the times when offers come in, what are they? What's the data on it?
Number one days of the week, Sunday. Yeah. So, you know, most weekends, you know, when families are trying to spend that time together, you know, they're spent, you know, in that. So here, let me pull it up for. Sorry about the delay here, but the number one time of the day that the system receives offers. There's actually a tie over the last 12 months. Sundays number one. Believe it or not, Tuesdays are number two, which is kind of random, but 11 p.m. at night.
11 p.m. at night.
11 p.m. at night. I'm actually going to back this up. 8 p.m. at night is the number one time of the day that offers are received in our system. Tied for first, 1B is 2 p.m. So 2 p.m. in the afternoon, busy time to receive offers, right? People probably start first thing in the morning. It takes a few hours to put the offer together and finally present it at 2. Same thing, they get an offer in the afternoon. It probably takes several hours, you know, meal times, whatever, presented at 8 o'clock. But you know, then number two time is 11 p.m. at night. Only by, like, the difference is only a couple percentage points from 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. on the times offers are received.
So what you're saying is real estate agents interact the most with offers on Sunday at 8 p.m. or 2 p.m. And Tuesday at 8 p.m. or 2 p.m. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So when you're looking at your life and you're hanging out with your family, throwing a ball with your son in the front yard, you're going to the Little League game, you're going to your daughter's dance recital, you're having a conversation with your wife that started on Saturday night, now leads into Sunday night, and now you're getting a phone call about an offer at 8 p.m. on Sunday. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a reason why real estate agents, good ones, make a lot of money. And that right there that nobody talks about is probably the number one reason why real estate agents do a good job, make good money, because they're available. Mm-hmm. Of course, they're experts, obviously. But when you look at that data on when offers are coming in, that's huge. And if you want to have a normal, sane life, you need to have systems, particularly a great offer management system. Mm-hmm. Shout out, that's what we're talking about here today, Offerin. You need to have a system in place if you want to build a great business and a great life.
Yeah.
Can I add something? The real issue that real estate agents that I think they have is it's so difficult to be moving your business forward and managing what is happening behind you. Mm-hmm. So like you've got something under contract, good for you. Like that means you're going to make some money in 30 days from now. But while you're processing through that, you also need to be, so that's behind you now, but you also need to be reaching forward, taking new phone calls, building new relationships, going on listing appointments. So you're constantly stretched in two different directions if you're a single agent. Mm-hmm. And the consistency or the cleanliness of how you you've done all this work, you've got it listed, you finally got an offer. It's like a baby at that point. I got to do a great job with this. This software really assists you in making that part. It assists you in managing the emotions and expectations of your seller. Mm-hmm. And it also then gives you the administrative assistant that you can't afford at this point because you're not selling enough houses. Or maybe if you're on a team, you can. But it is now giving you the administrative work and the time to get to it, not right at that moment, but get to it in a little bit more time. So it is assisting in your ability to do two directions at once.
There you go.
Which is a big deal.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's and the reality is there's other softwares that are part of this. You know, we've been Dot Loop integrating with this. That's another part of it. And ultimately, I think in real estate, we've had this discussion, there has to be a singular platform that just allows people to, because it's a really big deal. This is probably the biggest problem in real estate transactions is there's so much, so many different systems, so many different ways of doing things, and it's all disconnected from the customer. So it's double, triple work. Mm-hmm. And that's actually what I think is so amazing is it genuinely, you're not having to worry about the details. You're not having to worry about communicating with the seller. You're not having to worry about how many are coming in and how much work that's going to be for you. It changes it from that to this is so exciting. I'm still at the ball game and I'm pumped and I'm not worried about doing all the work.
Yeah.
If there's just one offer, it's a little bit different. But when you're getting 4, 5, 6, 10 offers, it's it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, a big deal.
So we recorded an previous episode, and I remember we were done recording, and you look at your phone and be like, "Oh my gosh, I got 4 offers."
Yeah.
On 3 different properties.
Yep.
So every property got 1 offer, and then another property got 2 in the 30, 45 minutes that we were here. So you talked about being able to do double the work.
Yeah.
That leveraged space for you, gave you margin in your schedule.
I received those offers, communicated that to our sellers, 3 different sellers.
Yeah. Or 4 in that case. Yeah.
Well,
excuse me.
It was 3 properties, sellers. 4 different offers.
Yeah.
And they're already expecting. So they're not wondering they're like, this guy's awesome. Look at this. The offers are here.
Yeah.
Right? So, and then when we get out of there, we can communicate with them or tell them, hey, send them a text message. Let's connect. Whatever. They're already informed.
Yep. Yeah, that's great. Mm-hmm. Great. So, wrapping up today, we learned that every minute really does matter. What we do matters, right? And that streamlining is actually helping us scale our business, but also buying us freedom. So when we implement systems like this, it's really cool to hear that, the ball game concept. My son loves to fish, and it's probably like if I were to say the top 100 things I would do with a free day, fishing wouldn't be on the list, but he loves to fish. So the opportunity to connect with him over a fishing rod, you buy yourself some space like that. So that's really what Offerin is doing, and it's pretty exciting to do that. So, well, great. Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate your time. And speaking of time is money. And Ben, you said money is freedom, or time is freedom. Yeah. Wrapping that up.
I think time is life, and money is freedom.
Okay.
And so Offerin is giving your life back.
That's a powerful statement, right?
Yeah. It's giving. It's a big deal.
Yeah,
I mean, if you get your systems and you build a team and you start getting enough offers coming in, it's like your goal was to make good money at this so that you could live a good life. And you use the money, if you get the money, you invest it, whatever, you have freedom to make choices, but like your time is, you only get one, you get today. That's it. You don't know.
Yeah. Great. Well, thanks for joining us. Until next time.